along California's far north coast. Deep in the redwood forests of places like Patrick's Point State Park.
Search in here. Good girl.
Science is betting on a keen sense of smell.
Let's go find it. Good girl. Check in here. Check.
Debbie Woolett and her lab shepherd mix Wicket
Good girl.
are seeking the scent and scat of small, elusive, and potentially threatened residents of redwood forests, white-footed voles.
Yes. Wiki.
Debbie and her orienteering partner, Scott Osborne, are using their eyes to search possible vole habitat.
This way.
But they're counting on Wicket's nose to find where the rare little voles might be in this very big forest.
It's almost like a needle in a haystack search, and the dogs are really helping us by bringing in that extra sense. Good girl. They are absolutely our conservation partners, and that's what we say. Our mission statement is partnering with dogs to benefit conservation, and they really are partners. We couldn't do this work without them. This way, look.
This particular work, trying to locate white-footed voles, is important to scientists studying the health and needs of redwood ecosystems and all the plants and animals that rely on them for survival. Very few white-footed voles have ever been seen, much less studied. These are among the few visual images of this tiny animal that, amazingly enough, in the modern age, is mostly a mystery to science. Without knowing where the voles are, or if they are threatened by human activity, it will be nearly impossible to help protect them.
It's weird to have a mammal species in the United States that we know almost nothing about. The three things that we know for sure are they like alder leaves, they're found in coastal Oregon and Northern California, and they may or may not be arboreal. They're at least closely related to arboreal species.
You know, we really don't know about what this species needs in order to persist. And so that's sort of very basic research trying to figure out what the vole needs.
Science is depending on dogs and the people who work with them to help resolve basic questions about the mysterious voles out here in the woods. Where exactly do they live? What roles do they play in redwood ecosystems? How rare and vulnerable are they really? What conditions do they and the forests themselves require to thrive in the decades ahead? Wicket is helping sniff out the answers by helping locate the elusive voles.
Let's go find it. So we're always communicating, and yet she's also, to some level, independently working ahead of me and searching, and so it's quite a team effort and quite a balance between the human and the dog.
Wicket is 10.5 years old. She's been partnering with Debbie and working dogs for conservation since she was rescued as a pup. She's been trained to find 23 different species of wildlife in challenging conditions around the world, including white-footed voles in these redwood landscapes.
We condition them to associate the scent of the object we want them to find with the toy. And so they learn the game of, if I find this, if I encounter this scent, my toy will appear. Nice job. Good job, Wiki. So, you ready?
Wicket's favorite toy is a ball.
Okay.
Debbie shows us how the game works by burying a vial with white-footed vole scat deep in the forest and covering it with leaves. As the team ventures far and wide across the tangled terrain, Wicket follows her nose.
As they encounter that scent, they will work towards it, and then they're trained to actually sit, alerting us to the presence of the sample itself. I will look and verify that it is the scat source, it is the correct target, and I will produce her magic ball and reward her. Very nice. Good girl. Very good job. So this is very happy for her. This is what she's working for. So while she's happily chewing, then we are processing the samples. So from scat, we can extract DNA, and the genetics lab can then give us information on what individuals were in the area, what the sex ratio is, and also just confirm the presence of that species.
Even if Wicket doesn't find scat, Her especially alert behavior in certain areas tells Debbie and the scientists where voles are likely to be living. Traps can then be set in those places to give scientists a reasonable chance to gently capture and conduct much-needed research on individual animals.
Merwick.
Science, voles, and the forest will benefit from knowledge collected in part by a sharp nose along California's north coast.
And the dogs love what they do, so it's just a win-win because as biologists, we're gathering the information we need. They love their jobs. They want to go to work every day, and so for them, it's a win-win as well. Good girl. Very nice. Good job.
For more information about this phase of white-footed vole research and its importance to the scientific understanding and long-term conservation of redwood ecosystems, please visit us at SaveTheRedwoods.org.